behind the scenes, it was a small group of people that were doing everything.
Welcome back to the GTM podcast. It's your host, Scott Barker.
I want to know how this insane growth actually happened.
How's it going? Solo episode for the bonus episode today. Scott and Paul are in Hong Kong, working hard. Just got off the phone with them. I know it's 1:15 a.m. in the morning there. So, we're on crushing on all gears. We've got some really interesting stuff we're cooking up. We are in the kitchen. We are cooking. It's exciting. Can't wait for some of the announcements that we have coming in the next few weeks. But today I wanted to go over, our monthly update. That's what this bonus session is for, just to give you a little glimpse into what's going on inside the mind of the fund. There's a lot of things we can't share. There's a lot of things we only share with LPs, but there are some things we can do publicly or share publicly, and ways that we're thinking about things. So that's what this episode is for. They're supposed to be quick. They're supposed to be bite-sized kind of glimpses into the brain of the fund. For a refresher, GTM fund, now we've got about 350 go-to-market leaders that are part of our network, LPs in the fund. And we get, use this network for deal flow on deals diligence, where we kind of almost have our own little version of like a GLG expert network. So that's really cool. We're able to diligence companies in a unique way. We've got an ability to help place candidates at our portfolio companies. Last year, we placed about 70 candidates, pacing to do better than that this year. 12 of which last year were VPC level employees for our portfolio companies. So that's really exciting. Also helping with all things kind of playbook related when it comes to go to market. And then, a lot of our companies are scaling up. And they're, Series A, Series B now, and they're adding customers, they're hiring people. But also a lot of our companies are, pre-seed, seed, where it's just somebody we think is awesome and has a unique unfair advantage in their space, and they have an idea, and it's about going from kind of understanding your potential customer and doing customer development to, instead of design partners, we're not a huge fan of, free design partners. We like paid pilots to annual current contracts, and then that, to some level of scale, refining the ICP, refining the messaging. And, you've got one, you've got two, let's say there are 10 out there, there are 100 out there. What are the next milestones that we can help our companies go to? We are on our, third year as a fund. So, exciting times. And yeah, that's the summary. So diving right into it, as fund managers, we're always trying to figure out kind of where are the tailwinds, what are the things that we can capitalize on when Apple and Google are getting rid of pixels. What are the things that are going to, thrive in an environment like that? Or how are people going to get attribution, in this new world? Okay, well, are there platforms that are being created to do just that? There have been, multiple companies that we've invested in where there's kind of been a similar dynamic, where we're kind of always looking for like, what are the changes in regulatory nature or economic changes, business changes or tech changes, cultural changes, you name it, that we can kind of, find the right entrepreneurs working on the right things that are going to, be positively impacted by those changes. I remember when we had the Inflation Reduction Act passed, there was, I think, like $800 billion in there for climate change grants. So, another reason to invest in climate change technology that might be, out there getting government contracts or government grants, just things like that we can kind of, jump on and ride in an interesting way, as long as there's an amazing founder with some sort of an unfair advantage working on something in that space that we believe can be a game changer. So that's the first thing. First topic is, those tailwinds. Second thing is, we do, we're hyper focused on making sure that we can get into the best companies that are started in the SaaS space. And a lot of those companies are started by either second-time founders or seasoned operators that have seen how the sausage is made inside of an organization similar to theirs. So somebody who spent, 4 or 5 years at Datadog, or 6, 7 years at Procore or Snowflake or Salesforce, you name it, but has kind of lived the issues that they're having, or somebody who spent time in an industry that needs some sort of overhaul. So those are our favorite types of entrepreneurs to focus on. I think where you get a lot of great founders coming out of programs like YC or college, they're mostly in consumer and marketplace, because you really kind of know your own problems very well. So somebody coming out of college might be wanting to build a better dating app, or wanting to build a better delivery system, or a better ed tech product or something like that, where somebody coming out of a SaaS company might want to figure out how to provide reporting and dashboarding without your entire team having to know SQL. So there's there's a lot that comes from kind of being in the building and seeing how the sausage is made inside of SaaS companies, but also inside of industries that folks have been working in for years. So we like to invest in kind of seasoned individuals in those regards, and that's been working really well for us. We're starting to see people get to product market fit faster and be able to hit a level of scale quicker once they've hit product market fit. So really excited about that. Other things that happened in the past month, we've got the Airspeed announcement, $5 million seed round. Congrats to Doug Campbell-John, who was the head of LinkedIn Sales Solutions and then the head of Salesforce Sales Cloud, and now is running a company called Airspeed that we invested in this round quite a while ago. He just announced it. And then Audience Plus also made their announcement. Congrats to Anthony Kanata. He was the CMO at Gainsight and Front and Hopin. They just announced their $5.4 million seed round. And that one was, I believe, an emergence round. We did a good friend, Doug Landis, over there. Just another area to touch on as well is kind of the whole concept of a moat. There was a Google leak that went out that said OpenAI has no moat, and neither do we. And as technology advances and innovation advances, the things that people can do leveraging technology become more extreme, which is fantastic, more interesting, but also levels the playing field. There was, I think it was on the All In podcast, David Freeberg was saying that, in the past, it took hundreds of engineers to go build a game like Flappy Bird, and it would take a year to do so. And now it's, 1 or 2 engineers using an AI product, and it could be done in, less than a week or whatever it is. So I probably got the numbers slightly wrong, but the gist of the statement is still there. And that's pretty powerful. So we believe that, one of the last true remaining moats is distribution. That's the big differentiator. As technology moats, decline, there's definitely opportunities for you to focus on distribution and go to market as a key moat for your business. And we're seeing that right now. We're seeing, with our investments, the ones that are nailing that are scaling and growing, and the ones that have trouble with that, they can't get out of the building. So it's a really interesting time to be building in tech. I think there's still so many use cases and applications for software. And, we just saw the Apple Vision announcement. I mean, the stuff that's going to happen in augmented reality and virtual reality, the things that are happening with chips and AI and LLMs, we're just kind of in the first inning of a lot of these things here. And, it's a very exciting time to be investing. I think we're in a whole new wave of technology, but at the same time, distribution is more important than ever before. And, we feel like with our capital plus model, that puts us in a really good position to excel and win in a market like this. So that's it for today. Couple congratulations, couple kind of things that we're thinking about. Not allowed to share too much more on, fun related stuff, but just wanted to give you a kind of a glimpse into how we are thinking about the space. And then if you haven't seen it yet, we did a 4-part series on the GTM Fund newsletter, all around starting, scaling, selling, and then a bonus, buying communities. So you can take a look at that. It's kind of just a little bit of a brain dump of all the things that I learned doing those 4 things with Sales Hacker. I think, community is more important than ever before. I think there's a real, you know, mission around community-led growth, and that is going to be something that is, here to stay for quite a while. I think people buy off referrals. I think people buy off, things that communities and conversations they have in communities. I think that helps people grow. I think that's how people, both in their careers and their jobs, accelerate in general. So, always really excited about communities. We are at GTM Fund. We have our own, newsletter and podcast and media side of the business. We have our community of 350 go-to-market leaders. We're doing a little bit differently than I did at previous businesses, but always excited about the community work. All right, that's a wrap for today. Hope you enjoyed this little micro session on all things GTM Fund. This is your bonus episode, your monthly bonus episode that comes out the first Thursday of every month. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions on LinkedIn.